is Sarah Parsons, and I am your child's math teacher. I just wanted to kind of take a moment to welcome you for our open house video and to say thank you so much for sending your child to Creighton. I'm enjoying having them in my class. I get to know a little bit more about them every day, and we have fun kind of doing the getting to know you questions and all. But I am enjoying having them in my class, and I thought I'd just kind of walk you through what we do every day. So I'm going to share my screen and kind of take you to some of the things that we're doing in class. Currently, we're working on adding and subtracting with integers. So I'm going to share my screen and kind of show you where you would find assignments and everything. And so here's how I normally would do it with your children. So I have B, C, and D block, or my second, third, and fourth classes are math. My second class meets, or my B block class meets from 9:15 to 9:55. My C block class meets from 10 to 10:40, and then my last class of D block meets from 10:50 to 11:30 every day. So let me go over here to Teams. You're seeing what the students would see. If I go into Teams, and let me move this over. If I go into my Teams and I go to B block, I'll start there because the blocks all have the same things in them. So I will use my B block as the example. You can see when you first go in, just the general posts that are there. Like these are things that we've done in class, like some assignments and things. That's the general. When we meet, we do go to where it says class meetings. These are called channels on the side here. And these channels, the general channels where like the posts are, there's class files where I'll put documents and PowerPoints and things that they need. The class notebook has notes on all the topics that we've been doing. So if you go in under first quarter, you'll find notes for everything that we've covered so far. And then of course there's assignments, and assignments is where I put things that in. But let's go back over here to the channels. So in the class meetings, that's where they would go to meet with me, and they all find that channel. And then I have one called homework and classwork, and this is just a little reminder channel like of what they need to do. If I go over here, for instance, yesterday and there was a quizzes code that they could do before we had our little assessment today, just to kind of prepare for that. I also had down the Jeopardy game that we played yesterday in class, if they wanted to go back and review it or play it again on their own. There was the link to a coordinate grid video that we had watched in class in case they wanted to see it again. And then here is a reminder to finish their Alex knowledge check. So I put things here for them to check on, and it sends them a message when I do post something. And if it does say important, it would come with, that red exclamation point. We do have a channel for RTI also. The RTI time is when they can come and ask me questions or get extra help on something if they need it. It's not required unless I tell them they have to come, but if they do just want to come and ask me questions, they can, and that is on Tuesdays, because A block is Monday, B block is Tuesday, C block would be on Wednesday, and D block would be on Thursday. Now, if they have a question another day of the week, as long as they have checked in with the other teacher if they need to, they can send me a message, and I'll be happy to see them any day. Friday is the elective day, though, so they have to check in with electives first. So let's go into that general channel again, and let me kind of talk to you about what's in the files. So under files, I have posted like some of the PowerPoints that they have seen in class. If the student ever feels like they need to go back and rewatch a PowerPoint, like here's one on absolute value, here's one on the coordinate plane, decimal operations. So they're here if they need to go back and review, or they can use them to help study for their test, anything they might need. Also in here, we have the requirements. I think it's under course information. So if you go in the course information, here's the welcome to sixth grade math. That just kind of told the general overview of what to expect for sixth grade math. And then this is the course requirement. And the course requirement tells you, what the student will learn this year. And I can make it a little bigger. Oops, where'd it go? There we go, bigger. And that has all the important information just about how our class works. It does have my email address. It does have the class page, which is in Teams. The Big Ideas book, they can get to that through Clever, and that is on their laptop. They can get to it. It's called Clever Online. I can show you how to get into that too, but they're textbook is there. It's called Big Ideas, and when they click on that icon, the book comes up. And they do have two textbooks, the 6th grade green book and the 7th grade red book, because we are teaching the 7th grade curriculum. We are doing some review with the green book as well. So right now, a lot of things we've done here in this first 9 weeks have been from the green book, but that is in the Big Ideas book on Clever, and your child can show you how to get into that if you want to see it. It does tell you a little bit about our class, the course requirements, the grade weights this year. We're doing 50-50, 50 formatives and 50 for formatives. 50 for the summatives includes the tests, projects, and quarterly exams. For formatives, the 50% is the homework, the quizzes, and the classwork. So it keeps a nice balance being 50-50. Makeup policies explained here. If your child is absent, they have the same number of days to make up work as they missed. Late work, they can turn that into me, and they can even meet me with an RTI to get it done if they need to. Redo policy, if they score below a 70 on a test, they can have a redo to make up to a 70, and you have 3 chances a semester, I think, or per marking period, which should be per quarter, so 3 per quarter that you could redo. Of course, extra help is during RTI, so that is every day from 2 to 3:45. Again, depending on what day or what block your student is, there is an assigned day, but if they need me, they could always send me a message. Okay, so that is the course requirements, and in the past we would have sent this home and you could have signed the bottom saying you read it and send it back, but since we are not meeting face-to-face right now, it is located in that file. So let me go back. I've made my screen big and now I can't figure out how to get it back to small. Okay, some other things we are doing right now. We are working on ALEX, so I may take you over to ALEX. And starting this coming week, the week that this open house is showing, we will be doing ALEX topics. So this is how my page looks. Your student can go in and they have their own password and username. So it's taking me back to the, but when they log into ALEX, this is an individualized math program that creates a path for them to go and work on their math skills. So they take what's called an knowledge check. And once they've taken their initial knowledge check, it puts them on their correct path or their level. So if they are weak in some areas, it'll give them activities to do for that area. And so each week we're going to start out having 8 topics due. And then we're going to work up to 10 topics later in the year. And then finally we'll end with 12 topics per week. So it doesn't take long. They get about 4 or 5 questions per topic. It does show them like a little practice video and some things on it, but this is called ALEX. And so they would click, mine looks a little different. They'll go in and log in and they'll have like a little 3, I call it the hamburger button. It looks like 3 little lines. And when they click on that, it'll tell them what they need to do. But ALEX is a great program. It helps them build confidence and build their skills for math. So that is a great thing. Okay, so let's go back over to our channel again. Let me get out of this. I accidentally enlarged my screen. There we go. Things we go through every day. Okay, so back over here to our channel. They also have the class notebook, as I mentioned. And if you look in class notebook, that is where their notes and all would be for what we're working on. So class notebook's organized by the quarters. So right now we're still in first quarter. So when you go to class notebook, it kind of starts a little slow. It says welcome to class notebook, and then a little caret or greater than symbol, if you would, for math shows up. And when you click on that, you see what is in the notebook. I'm clicking on it. There we go. Okay, now when your child's open, they'll see like content library in just their name. But when I open it, I see all of my students' names so I can see their notebook. So here is an example of what would be in the notebook. So if I go down here and click in first quarter, I'm going to see the things that we've worked on so far. We've done decimal operations, factors and greatest common factor, integers and absolute value, the coordinate grid, GCF and LCM. So if I click on any of these, it's going to show like notes about that topic, examples of how to do it. So here's some about adding decimals, subtracting decimals, multiplying decimals and whole numbers. So it's notes about the things we're doing in class. I may put in like a little practice for them to do like a game or something, or maybe I'll start putting videos there instead of just in the announcements for like homework and classwork, but that is where they can go back to if they want to prepare for a test or study over notes, or if they don't quite get it, there's step-by-step explanations in the notebook. So that is our class notebook, and like I said, we have all the topics so far that we've covered this quarter. Okay, so let's go up here to assignments. Now, generally, if something is due for me that they have to turn in, I'm going to put it under assignments, like here are things that we've done so far. Sometimes, like vocabulary, that's a little kind of a game type thing we play, and it has a video and activities for them to do on a certain topic. Those are done on the vocabulary site, so there's nothing for them to turn in to me. Now, sometimes they'll go ahead and hit the turn in button just to say they're done, but I get those scores right off of vocabulary. Coordinate grid part 1, that was an actual homework sheet that I did send home, and if you click on that, you could see the student view. It would look like this, and I made it so they could edit this document so they can actually download and write on it, but this was just like some practice problems I had them do for coordinate grid, so it's right there. And then if they download it and then open it again, they can enable editing and actually do the start inking button and write on it, and they can show you how to do that. Also, I had a student demonstrate, and I posted a video for anyone that wasn't sure, and I put step-by-step directions. So that's we'll have assignments. Like I said, sometimes things are on a website like quizzes or vocabulary, and I just pull the grades right off of there. So let me see if I can get this to go back. Okay, so oops, back again. So here we have like the integers, absolute value, and coordinate grid quizzes. And if you click on that, I had given them, that's not due till the 5th. They still have a few days to get that done while I'm making this video, that is. But anyhow, I can see who, if they click the turn in, then I can see that. But on the student view, I did give them like the code and where to go. And I said, please take this at least once before they had their assessment today. But it is not due till Monday in case they want to try it a couple times to get their best grade. Okay, so that's kind of in a nutshell where they find things and what goes on. I do also demonstrate in class, like I might share my whiteboard, and I guess I could show you that quickly. Let's see, if I were to go back to the camera, I can hit stop sharing. Sometimes in the class, I will share what I call the whiteboard, and that's just a place that I can go and actually, I can write on it, or your student can also write on it if I make it interactive. So there's a way I could say collaborative where they can, write on things and do it too. So if I were to do that, then whatever I write, they can write on too. So I might say, okay, who can tell me the absolute value of -14? And so the students can see that as well. And if I were to call on someone, they could go in here and write, the absolute value of -14 is 14, because the absolute value is always positive. So this is kind of neat. I miss having students here in person where I can use my smartboard and all, but this is kind of like a mini version of it where we can write back and forth, or I can just write and instruct if I need to on it. So that is a pretty neat feature for math. But anyway, let me go ahead and go back to my camera. Again, I am so excited to have your students in my class. We are working very hard. I hope that everyone will have a great year and that we will be back together soon. If there's any other, let me see if I can get it to stop presenting. If there's any other questions that you have, please feel free to email me or call me, or you can even chat with me online with Alex if you'd like to. So thanks again for coming to my video presentation. Enjoy open house, and I hope you and your student both have a great year. Thanks. Bye-bye.